Today I am going to discuss about molecular orbital theory. This theory, which was put forward by F. Hun and R. S. Mulliken in 1932. This theory assumes that in molecules, the atomic orbitals, they lost their identity, and the electrons in molecules, they are present in new orbitals which are called molecular orbitals and which are not associated with a particular atom, but they belong to molecules. Now I will discuss about some important features of MOT. Now the feature says that the atomic orbitals of comparable energies and proper symmetry combine to form molecular orbitals. The first feature, which just now I have said about the electrons, they are present in the molecular orbitals. The number of MOs, that is molecular orbitals, which are formed is equal to the number of combining atomic orbitals. For example, if the two atomic orbitals are participating, then the two molecular orbitals will form. The one which is having the lower in energy, they are named as a bonding molecular orbital, and it has greater stability, and the other molecular orbital which is having a high energy and less stability, it corresponding to the anti-bonding molecular orbital. The molecular orbitals, like atomic orbitals, they are filled in accordance with the Aufbau principle, which obeying the Pauli's exclusion principle and Hund's rule. Now, these molecular orbitals, which are formed by the combination of atomic orbitals, and it will follow the linear combination of atomic orbitals method, which is also named as a LCAO method, and this you have already studied in 12th standard. Now I will focus mainly on what is the energy level order for the molecular orbitals. If you look at the molecules like lithium, Li2, Be2, that is beryllium molecule, boron molecule, carbon molecule, and nitrogen molecule, where we will find the energy of pi 2px and pi 2py orbital is less as compared to sigma 2pz orbital. But as we are moving from atomic number 8 to 10, that is from oxygen to neon, you will find that the situation reverse. In that situation, the energy of sigma 2pz orbital is getting less as compared to pi 2px and pi 2py orbitals. Now, when we are going to draw the molecular orbital diagram, we should know some information. We have to furnish the information such as the bond order, the magnetic behavior, as well as the stability of molecule. How we can calculate the bond order? The formula is given NB, which represents the total number of electrons which are present in bonding molecular orbitals. Na, which represents the total number of electrons present in anti-bonding molecular orbital. So when we are going to draw the molecular orbital diagram, easily we can predict that what are the total number of electrons present in bonding as well as in anti-bonding MOs, and after substituting we can easily predict the bond order. If the bond order comes 0, we can say that this molecule does not exist, like in case of helium. If the bond order is coming any integer like 1, 2, 3, we can furnish the information that molecule is stable. Now the third aspect about its magnetic behavior, how we can predict whether this molecule will exhibit the paramagnetic behavior or diamagnetic. So it depends upon the number of electrons which are present in the orbitals. Are they unpaired or they get paired? If they get unpaired, then easily we can conclude the molecule is paramagnetic in nature. But if the electrons get paired, we can say the molecule is diamagnetic in nature. Now, the different types of molecules, how we are going to fill the electrons. If we talk about starting with the hydrogen, whose atomic number is 1, and as we know that it is a diatomic molecule. So when we are going to draw the molecular orbital diagram, especially for homoatomic, we are considering that starting with atomic number 1, that is hydrogen, to neon, all we are going to assume that they are going to exhibit the diatomic molecule. Now in case of hydrogen, if you look at the both the sides where it is written the 1s atomic orbital of atom A, on the other side it is of atom B. So if we say hydrogen, one electron is present, 1s1, on the other side also 1s1. So you will find that the sigma bonding molecular orbital is there, and as per the Gauss principle, Pauli's exclusion principle and Hund's rule, the electrons start filling in the bonding molecular orbital. Same for the helium, only the number of electron will be changed. In case of atomic orbital of atom A, for helium, the configuration become 1s2, and on the other side also 1s2. That is, we are going to fill the total 4 electrons, 2 in a bonding MO and 2 will be in the anti-bonding MO. In this way, after filling the electron, we can easily predict their bond order as well as their magnetic behavior. Now, when we move further in this second period, starting with atomic number 3, that is lithium, then 4, 5, 6, 7, that is still nitrogen, we will see that how there is a change in this energy level. Now, in this situation, you will find that the energy of pi 2px and pi 2py get lowered as compared to the sigma 2pz orbitals. And that's why the electron filling will start in the same manner as I have discussed for hydrogen and helium. Now I can take one example, like for nitrogen, if we know its atomic number is 7 and configuration is 1s2, 2s2, then 2p3. So in case 3 electrons are present in 2p orbitals and 3 electrons present for the other atom, that means we are going to fill total 6 electrons. How they are going to fill? Naturally, the first electron will get accommodated in pi 2px and 2py, then second, third, fourth, and in the same way we will find that the sigma 2pz orbital get also filled. So this diagram we have to follow for lithium to nitrogen. But when the atomic number from, that is oxygen, whose atomic number is 8, and 8, 9 and 10, that is oxygen, fluorine and neon, you can see how there is a change in this 2p energy level. Here the sigma 2pz orbitals, they lowered in energy, and the 2p pi x and this pi y orbitals, they are having energy will be slightly higher. So the electronic distribution, filling of electrons in that orbital is going to be changed, and that's why their magnetic behavior and bond order is also get changed. Now you can see the 2s is written just to lower the 2p, because we know the 2s has less energy as compared to 2p. About 1s, which is already, we know that it is completely filled, so we can also write kk, that is indicates that the 1s orbital is completely filled, one first shell and 1s orbital. Now, so what we had discussed, starting with from the hydrogen till atomic number 10, that is neon. Now, some questions which may be asked based on this theory. On the basis of MOT, the magnetic behavior of oxygen molecule will be. Now here if it is written oxygen, we may change any molecule. We may write nitrogen molecule, carbon molecule, and this question answer will be only given when you have understood the filling of electrons in a various energy level. If you will find that it get paired, then we can say the molecule is diamagnetic. But if you can see that the electrons remain unpaired, then it is considered to be paramagnetic. Now, the second category of questions will be, that is the descriptive type. As I said, as per the university pattern, the weightage is going to be changed. So, a simple question like what are bonding and anti-bonding molecular orbitals, or maybe the distinguish between bonding and anti-bonding. Then how this H2 molecule is stable as compared to helium. The answer will be based on the MOT. What are the postulates or the features? That is also we have to understood. What are the types of molecular orbitals which are formed after combining of atomic orbitals? As I have explained in the previous slide, that bonding and anti-bonding. And we can see the last question, that this molecular orbital diagram of molecule which can exhibit para and diamagnetic. So we have to think about it. What are the molecules in which we can predict the number of electrons may be paired or unpaired? Thank you very much.